Hi guys, a very good evening to all of you. So this is Rahul Prajapati, and I welcome you all for this webinar. Now, what we're going to talk about today is specifically, how to beat this, bearish market. I don't know if we are in a bearish market or not, but we'll see how what data points actually says, right? So, are we really in a bear market, or probably we are finding some bottom, near the this current levels, right? Okay. And if we are really in a bearish market, so we'll see where market is actually heading. So we will try to analyze the data points where we can see what is the sentiment of the market right now. And if it is really we are in a bearish market or market finding a bottom, how can we approach the market and trade accordingly, right? So this is the agenda for the today's session. Now, there are different ways we can, go and analyze the market structure, okay? So whenever we're talking about the market projection, where market will go, so we need to see the few data points, or we can do the technical analysis also by looking at the charts. If there is a signal from the market, we can go and just take a trade accordingly, right? Because anyhow, we're talking about the underlying structure, right? How the underlying is behaving right now. So we'll try to analyze the market from the Nifty and Bank Nifty perspective, and then we'll see how the overall structure of the sectors are actually performing. And then we'll try to see some stocks if we can find, right? Okay. So this will be the, the agenda for like next 20-15 minutes, right? Okay. So let's start with the technical chart first. Okay. So I'll just remove it. So if we study the weekly chart first, so if you're talking about the overall structure, so first it's always start with a higher time frame. Okay. Now, if you can see, this was a good upside move in Nifty on a weekly chart, right? So since the post-COVID crisis, we have seen a good move in the Nifty. Since October, market made a top somewhere around 18,400, right? So this is the first top we can say. Okay, so I'll put a line here. Okay, and then after that, market shows a small correction, and then market went up again to the similar level, somewhere on the same level. So market made a bottom of 16,400 somewhere here at this level. So I'll mark it at red. Now, if we see, this is a resistance. So this is the area where market is actually taking, earlier was taking a resistance, right? So I'll just mark it as again green. Okay. So this is a resistance area, and market came down to this level. So if we go 2 weeks back, market tried to break the 16,400 level and again went up. So, and in the last week, market actually closed below, and today it is a gap down on the Monday, right? So if you see, that was a confirmation that market has just closed this, below this support. So this was a range where market was taking trading. Now, if you see on the weekly chart, specifically, market is actually creating a double top pattern. Okay, so that is a technical chart pattern where we can see market is actually created a two top similar to, at similar level, and the previous trend is up. So the credibility of this double top pattern is very high. Okay, and even market has just gave a sell signal from there only. Now, how do we approach this particular thing? We need to find the market target. Okay, so how do we do it? We need to get the measuring target from here. Okay, so we'll draw a price range from this bottom to this high. Okay, so 16,400. Just copy and paste it again, and we can just put it here. So from this bottom to this bottom, so we'll get a level at least to this level. So that is 14,300. If this whole pattern is materialized, right? So we can say market may come to these levels, somewhere around these levels. Okay, 14,500, 14,000. This could be the expectation if this whatever that the technical chart saying as of now, looking at the pattern. Okay, but are we really confirmed with this that market is likely to show this? We need to see further data analysis. So the technical chart says the market structure looks weak on a higher time frame. Okay, and if we go and check on the daily time frame, again the structure remains the same. Nothing major change. Now, if we see a daily chart here, now you can see this is the range where we are talking about. So this was a consolidation, but what happened in somewhere around June, July, and August month, right? So that was a good consolidation, and market actually came back to this level. So this was a good support for a market, and market actually trading in a support. So intermediately, even we can see some bounce in the market. Even if market moves up to like 16,000, 100, 200, that could be again, can be a good selling opportunity, as because market is not making higher highs, it's making a higher, lows pattern. Okay. So here it is, the structure looks weak on the Nifty chart. Okay. Now the technical chart says on the higher time frame, daily and weekly chart, it's look weak as of now. Now let's do a data analysis on the OI basis. Okay. Now if we go and check the data from OI specifically, even though when market was started falling, so we have started seeing some shorts earlier, even and when starting of this month probably. So this was the area where we have expiry. Okay. And then after that we have seen two good longs. After that, since 2nd March, the starting of this month, we have started seeing the market is actually showing a continuous short. Okay. Now if you see the absolute change is pretty good here. So there was a huge build-up coming up in the whole OI, right? The futures OI. So ये जो आप स्ट्रक्चर देख रहे हो मार्केट में, यहाँ पर OI का सिग्नल ये है कि अंडरलाइन थोड़ा सा वीक है, बिकॉज अगर आप चार्ट्स देखोगे तो यहाँ पर कुछ भी ऐसा, यहाँ पर आपको कुछ भी ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर दिख नहीं रहा जहाँ पे बाइंग आ रही हो मार्केट में, कि इवन टुडेज सेशन वी हैव सीन अ गुड शॉर्ट बिल्डअप. ओके. Now further, if we do the analysis, we can go and check the option chain OI. यहाँ पर भी अगर आप देखोगे तो मार्केट में पुट पे 16,000 के पुट पे अनवाइंड हुआ है, एंड 15,800 में आप देख सकते थोड़ा बहुत एडिशन हुआ है, बट overall if you see this the structure, huge addition on call side but not a major addition on the put side. पुट में कहीं पे ज्यादा इतना एडिशन हुआ है, मोस्टली अनवाइंडिंग दिखेगा आपको, एंड कॉल में ज्यादा अग्रेसिव, कॉल राइटर्स का अग्रेशन बहुत ज्यादा है यहाँ पर. सो दिस शोज दैट कि मार्केट में जो कॉल राइटर्स हैं वो ज्यादा पोजीशन क्रिएट करे rather than put option sellers, because it does not show any kind of sign that market might bounce from these levels. So even the market falls further, we can see 15,800, 15,500 could be the next level, and then we have a highest put option as of now on 15,000. Right? At least we can see these levels coming up. Okay. And any rise could be like till 16,000 or 16,200 could be a good selling opportunity, right? So anyhow, the overall structure looks weak in Nifty, right? Okay. And the data also says, the technical chart says, so no sign of recovery. Now further, we are not going and take a trade on the basis of this, because could be a chance that market is actually falling from from 16,600 till this level, right? Continuously. Okay. Could be a sign of short covering might come any point of time. So even that short covering comes, then we will try to go and take a short position. Okay. And even when market started going up, if we started showing the longs specifically, then we have to be very strict on this data, right? Study, because if long comes, probably there is people are actually buying it. So as of now, if no long comes, we can still be on the weak side. So this is how we can do the small analysis, looking at the chart. Okay, and looking at the OI data analysis of both options and futures, right? So this is how you just go and check the chart of any particular stock, and you can do the further analysis. Now, question arises: how do we approach this? How do we take a trade? Okay, so I'll do this analysis on Nifty specifically, and then we can see कि और किसी stock में अगर ये position बनता हुआ दिखता है, तो we will go and try to see that again. Okay. तो स्ट्रैटेजी ढूंढने के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं? वी कैन गो एंड क्रिएट स्ट्रैटेजी ऑन द आर्किटेक्ट इफ यू वांट टू. नहीं तो वी कैन सिंपली गो एंड यूज द ऑप्टिमाइजर टू फाइंड द ट्रेड्स, एंड इट विल हेल्प यू. सो लेट्स गो एंड ट्राई टू सी दैट. ऑप्टिमाइजर यूज करेंगे. हमारा व्यू जो है वो थोड़ा सा बेरिश हो रखा है. लेट्स से फॉर दिस होल मंथ 31st का एक्सपायरी आई टेक, हमारा व्यू बेरिश है. वी हैव सीन So what was the level? If you go and check the on charts again, that was 14,000, I think. So this was the level. So let's take 14,500 as a target. Okay, for this month. That might come or that might not come, right? Okay. तो बिल्कुल ध्यान रखना, जब भी व्यू सबका एक जैसा हो सकता है. There are a lot of people can have a view same, but it's always the thing that differentiate this thing from how people are actually, trading that particular view. व्यू को ट्रेड करना इज अ बिट डिफिकल्ट थिंग, राइट? बिकॉज कई बार ऐसा भी होता है हम स्ट्रैटेजी बनाते हैं बट हमारा स्ट्रैटेजी हमको पैसा नहीं देता व्यू सही होने के बाद भी. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी नीड टू डू. ओके, कि अगर मेरा व्यू सही हो गया तो आई शुड डेफिनेटली बी मेकिंग मनी आउट ऑफ इट, राइट? So what I'll do, what could be my stop loss? I'll go with 16,200 as of now. Okay. Okay. So अगर ये आ गया तो मेरा व्यू गलत हो जाएगा. Okay. So I'll go to the optional parameter. I'll put some XYZ value. Let's say I have 3 lakh rupees. I don't want to lose more than 30,000 in this strategy. And 15,500 would be the level. The high side 16,000 I take. Now let's try to find this strategy. So bearish view के हिसाब से we got these 5 strategies. Okay. तो 31st March की जो डेट है उसके हिसाब से it has shown me some strategy. उसके हिसाब से आपको जो भी इस पे बेस्ट लग रहा है we'll take this. But एक चीज ध्यान रखना है हमेशा, because यहाँ पे जब हम अप्रोच करेंगे इस चीज को तो सी दिस पुट रेशियो स्प्रेड में मना क्यों कर रहा हूँ आपको. देखो आप बोलोगे सर इसमें तो हर जगह प्रॉफिट है, बट ऐसा नहीं होता, बिकॉज एट सर्टेन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम मार्केट मे शो यू लॉस. सो वो चीज नहीं करनी. ओके, अभी आई टॉक अबाउट दिस व्हाई देयर इज अ लॉस. बेयर पुट लैडर अगेन आफ्टर सम लेवल इट इज हैज अ अनडिफाइंड रिस्क, सो विल नॉट एंटर इन दिस. शॉर्ट कॉल डायरेक्टली नहीं करना बिकॉज वी आर नॉट गोइंग विद एनी काइंड ऑफ नेकेड ट्रेड्स, राइट? Bear put spread and bear call spread could be two things where we can go and check it, right? Because it actually doesn't, these two strategies does not have a, you know, the undefined risk. Okay, because market, when market is falling, market can react in any way, so that profit and loss could be like, you know, turn into specifically loss. Okay, now this is what we are talking about. Okay, so let's just take one particular strategy and we can see how it works. I'll go to bear put spread, and if you see, it gives you a legs, what are the legs that you need to trade and what is the price, and if market reaches your target, what could be a profit and loss based on that, right? And it will tell you approximate margin. So I already told it that I have a 3 lakh rupees margin. Out of it, it shows me this thing. Okay, so what is the agenda and what was the view that we are trading? So logically we had a bearish view on Nifty, and if we can trade it, we need to trade it very systematically. और systematic trade के लिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं? We have analyzed the data. Data was technical chart. Technical chart पे bearish view structure दिख रहा है. That is perfectly fine. If market goes up, वहां से हम sell position create कर सकते हैं, and then we can go and simply approach, you know, this thing. Looking at the any strategy that you want, so आप उसके हिसाब से अपना strategy ढूंढ करके उसको implement कर सकते हो, right? That is what we are talking about. Okay. Now, why I said no to this ratio put strategy? You can go and analyze this thing. Okay, you can open this in Architect. Okay. Now, if the market reaches to these levels, this is the profit and loss we are going to get. So if market moves up, we don't have any problem. What if market moves below 15,000? There we are going to have a loss. So any point of time, if market falls, that is perfectly fine. Even if it is coming to 15,000, we will try to take the exit. But let's say in 2 days market comes to that level. Okay, so in 2 days if market reaches to that level 15,000, this is 15,400, and or let's say let me increase this to like 5 days at least. Okay, 5 दिन तक अगर ये स्ट्रेटेजी यहाँ पर आ जाता है 15,400 के आसपास, तो ये स्ट्रेटेजी तभी भी मुझे लॉस दे रहा हो और फर्दर स्लिप होगा तो ये स्ट्रेटेजी लॉस में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा rather than it giving, because I have sold 2 put options here. So उसका बेनिफिट मुझे अभी नहीं मिलेगा because of it will give me the benefit in the last. So that's why even that is fine if that that thing comes in the last day of the expiry. अगर वो एकदम लास्ट में आएगा तो that will be a good benefit for me. But based on this thing, I need to wait for that, and so ये strategy इसलिए better यहाँ पर option, ये strategy इसलिए अच्छी नहीं है. The reason being is that if market falls below 15,000, they start giving me loss, and we have seen that अगर target 1-2 दिन में आएगा तो there is a problem, right? So that's why we are not just simply okay with this strategy. Okay. Now I will go, and why we have selected the that bear put spread, तो उसके हिसाब से आप strategy change करके देख सकते हैं, right? Okay. why we are doing a bear put spread. Bear put spread को भी आप एनालाइज करके देख सकते हो. So it is simply the same strategy, but it's just giving you that your आपका कितना इसमें profit loss होगा वो भी आप देख सकते हो. So not specifically you need to go and find different strategies. Just put your view and find the best strategy out of it, right? So ये आपका हो गया तरीका कैसे हम अगर आपका व्यू है किसी चीज पे उसको कैसे ट्रैक करना है. बिकॉज क्या होता है जस्ट सिंपल द थिंग इज दैट व्हेनेवर वी आर ट्रेडिंग द मार्केट आपको व्यू बनाना बहुत आसान हो जाता है बिकॉज यू कैन रीड लॉट ऑफ डेटा. आई विल शो यू वन मोर डेटा दैट शोज. जैसे अगर हम पुट कॉल रेशियो भी देखें, अगेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द डेटा, वी नो दिस डेटा व्हाट इज दिस एंड नहीं पता है तो इट्स जस्ट अ सिंपल रेशियो and which shows how the data is behaving. So अगर हम 3 मार्च से देखें, so what is happening, this data is actually going down 1.065 से it came to 0.84, now it came to 0.7. so what does that, it shows अगर ये data increase हो रहा है. so what is this put call ratio? put call ratio का मतलब simple हो गया कि आपका जो total open interest है वो न्यूमिनेटर में है कॉल का, पुट का, और कॉल का डिनोमिनेटर में है. now वो रेशियो कम हो रहा है, दैट मींस न्यूमरेटर की वैल्यू कम हो रही है, डिनोमिनेटर इंक्रीज हो रहा है, राइट? तो कॉल का वैल्यू एनी हाउ इंक्रीज हो रहा है, राइट? तो बेसिकली अगर ये डेटा कम हो रहा है, इट शोज दैट कि कॉल राइटर मार्केट को कंप्रेस कर रहे हैं, नीचे की तरफ पुश कर रहे हैं. और वही डेटा हमने यहाँ पर भी स्टडी किया, तो वही चीज आपको सिंपली वहां पर भी एनालिसिस हो रही है. ओके, राइट? सो यहाँ पे अगर आप देखोगे निफ्टी में तो कॉल राइटर ज्यादा है rather than put writers, तो वही चीज आप पुट कॉल रेशियो में भी स्टडी कर सकते हो. सिंपली आपको दिखेगा कि अगर वो डेटा इंक्रीज हो रहा है, दैट मींस आपके जो पुट राइटर्स हैं वो ज्यादा है, तो मार्केट जब बुलिश होता है तो वो डेटा पॉजिटिव होने लग जाता है, बेरिश होता है तो वो डेटा नेगेटिव होने लग जाता है. सिंपल एज दैट. सो दैट इज वेरी सिंपल टू एनालाइज द डेटा. जितना भी आप डेटा करोगे, अगर मार्केट का स्ट्रक्चर जिस तरफ है उसी तरफ आपको सिग्नल मिलेगा. यू कैन गो एंड चेक द वॉल्यूम एनालिसिस आल्सो. एक एनालिसिस और देख सकते हैं. किसी भी चीज को अगर हम डिफरेंट एंगल से देखना चाहते हैं तो वी कैन डू एंड वी कैन यूज इनफाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ टूल्स, राइट? उसके हिसाब से आपको मिलेगा. बट जस्ट कीप योर एनालिसिस टू सम सर्टेन लेवल्स, राइट? एक साल का पूरा डेटा देख लेते हैं एंड सी हाउ व्हाट वी आर गेटिंग आउट ऑफ इट. नाउ इफ यू सी दिस इज वॉल्यूम एनालिसिस. तो वॉल्यूम एनालिसिस के हिसाब से 17,000 200 के आसपास, 250 के आसपास आपका जो वॉल्यूम एनालिसिस है वहां पर आपको दिखा रहा है कि दिस वाज द हाईएस्ट बिन वेयर वी हैव. सो इफ यू सी मार्केट वाज टेकिंग लॉट ऑफ सपोर्ट हियर आल्सो. Was it broken? See, these are the not so strong level. After that, it is the level 15,800. So where it is the market right now, it is very near to that level. If you see, so probably market can take support and somewhere around this level only. And actually, market dropped to these levels only today, and after that it recovered. So this is a very good support area for a market. Okay, so if you see that chart also shows, and it also says that market might be staying in this range only. Okay, so this is the good support it's providing. So just by looking at different data points, we can even have a proper analysis. So even left, if market break this level, at least it can easily fall to 14,800, right? So next level is this, and this is the only area where we can see again the volume is high, right? So by looking at the volume analysis, open interest data, technical charts, so it's all showing a bit of negative side. And how do we treat it? We have just find it, right? Okay, so that is the thing. Now if you want to do further analysis on the sector specifically, we can go and do the same analysis on the sector, right? So OI data, we never study the OI data for just one day. Okay, so you need to go and check the OIH historical data. आपको study करना पड़ेगा. Even if you see the auto last few days, since the starting of this month, you can see continuous short build up coming up, auto stocks. Okay, and if you see auto ancillaries, again the same thing, same story. See bank nifty stocks. So bank nifty is totally weak, right? Capital goods were good at this point of time, but from like starting of this month only, you can see, sorry, this is clear short coming up. So if we see the cement, so it's not a clear structure for any long or short, right? Because we have two longs and then two shorts. So this is So just by looking at the data, at least you have a structure analysis, right? Okay, how the market is actually behaving, how the stocks are behaving. Okay. So this is, you can go and check it simply. So IT is again not giving a clear sign. It's clear cut mix. So we are not having any view on IT stocks. Again, see, not a good structure to see, because there is no specific data. It's all mixed, right? Media again mixed, right? So where we have the exactly sign. So metal stocks are they are performing, right? So they are still, it's showing a, you know, something on a positive side, right? NBFC clear cut short, SDFC, Bajaj Finance, they completely falling, Maruti's completely falling. That's why auto is showing a negative side, right? So these are the, you know, just by looking at this data, you can have a overall analysis that, okay, the structure is also looking, the sector structure is also looking weak here, right? This is what we can see. So Bank Nifty is also showing a weak side. Okay, so you can just go and select any particular stock from this and you can track it. So if you go and check the NBFC, so how do we check what are the stocks in NBFC are there? So we'll go to the cycle. You can just go and select the NBFC here. Now these are the all stocks which are trading in NBFC. Okay, select any particular stock. If we see where we can have a good shorts. Mostly we have seen a lot of shorts already been there. If you see AB Capital is there, okay, that's fine. Bajaj Finance 3 shorts, Finam already 4 days short, Canfinoms again already 3 days short, Chola Finance, SDFC is almost 5 days already short, right? SDFC AMC is showing a short. So if we check the SDFC AMC chart, so it's clearly already on a short side. So any rise would be a good selling opportunity in this, right? So it's already a, so if you see, so it's rise and again short, it's rise again short, covering and short, went up, it went up again, it went up again. So that's the short, right? So further market may slip and then we can have you know, the trade accordingly, right? So this is also showing you a short, right here. So just by looking at these kind of data, you can easily analyze how the structure is behaving, and you know, so you go and further do the analysis on different charts also, right? And even you can use the different indicators, right, where you can, you know, have the further, you know, review analysis, I would say, right? So if you have find a structure that is weak, any particular stock from anywhere, either looking at the technical charts and all, you can just do the confirmation and, you know, use the supporting tools which actually gives you a sign that, okay, the stock looks weak here also. Okay, right? Yeah, so now this is the first thing. And okay, so this is the analysis for any particular stock, any particular index you need to do. So use the Quantsapp in a different way, and you can just go and see. And one more thing, if you see you know, India VIX. Okay, so India VIX also just give you a confirmation that market might. So these are the different indicators, right? So just to analyze the market, which confirms that, oh, there is a bearish trend. So there could be short covering coming up, okay, in market. But if the structure remains weak, we are again going to sell it. If the structure turns positive, then we need to wait for some time that, okay, market is probably, you know, turning its data on the long side. So we need to see and wait, and how the other data are behaving after that. So nothing changes in just one day. Even that happens, if all the things are changing in single day, then we need to see again, we need to review the data, what is, you know, other data are saying. So if you see, there's again increase in the India VIX also. Okay, you can go and check the IV here also. So if you see that IV is again at the highest level on Nifty, right? So, and it's completely stock on the lower side. So that depicts the negative relationship, and that is again there. So IVP is almost 100, IBR is again almost 100, right? So these are the, you know, the further analysis that if you want to do the further deep analysis, we read these kind of data. Okay, so this is how it works, right? So the overall structure of the market is is looking weak, but how do we take a trade? That's what we need to learn, right? Okay. So that is what where you can use the optimizer. Right? So this is the whole structure of the market, right? So this is one way that we analyze the market. Okay. And there are lot of ways, if you use the technical chart, use the Quantsapp, right? We have outrunners also, right? And we use triggers also, put call ratio, trap indicator, right? So these are the different ways. And even if you are using the technical analysis, we have a different methodologies where we can use them and easily identify what is a target of what is the structure of a market, right? So if it is weak or it is a strong, so just confirm everything with the data, and if data is in your favor, you can easily make a high probable trades, right? So this is one of the way that I teach to my students when I take the certification, where I just help them to understand the OI data and all those things, and they can after that they can make a trade specifically, right? Okay. So this is the way. Plus, this is not just only the way to analyze the market. There are other different ways. We can do the intraday analysis also, and we can even do the further technical analysis, and plus using the OI data just to understand the how market behave, right? So this is what we talk about, right? And further, if we are looking for this thing, so let me just we do have so actually I'm traveling to your probably few cities, right? So probably we have some workshops, so I'll be joining you in your cities. So we have I have the next workshop in Pune, that is on 12th. So if you live in Pune, you can book your sheet, and we'll be talking about different things, right? Probably from the Quantsapp only specifically, but we'll be discussing how we can easily use the Quantsapp and the data points to look for the market, and to easily analyze. So how do we can easily simplify the life of an option trader, right? So this is what the agenda, and we'll be talking about different tools, simple tools, and probably one of the tools that I shared, 2-3 tools I have showed you, but we will be talking about them in a detail. Okay. And then probably I'll be traveling to Hyderabad on 27th, and then so 26th on Bangalore, 27th on Hyderabad, and then we'll be traveling to next month in 16th April Jaipur, and then 17th Delhi again. Okay. So this is the the whole the tour is there. So if you're really interested and if you want to join me, you can join me. I'll be there, and we can discuss a lot of things, right? Okay. And apart from that, if anybody sees that want to learn the options from the basics, so you can just go and check the option certification there. Okay. So this is a almost like 3 months certification course. You can see the curriculum, what we're going to talk about in detail. Okay. Probably we always discuss more than this, whatever written here. It's just a reference that okay, this is what we're going to talk about. And plus we do have those are the next batch is starting on 21st of the this month only. Okay. So this is again 3 months. So probably we'll have a session on Monday and Wednesday. This is a weekday batch. Okay. We do have a weekend batch, but when we start, we'll talk about that. But as of now, this is a weekend batch. It will be evening, so it will be conducted in the evening only, right? So if you want to learn from scratch to like probably to an advanced level, this is what is the right place for you guys. Okay. So this is it, guys. So probably if you have any query, you can just put it in the the comment box. We'll see and we'll talk about that. I'll reply to that. Plus further, if I'll be coming to your city, you can join me there. Okay. So that's all. So if you have any query, just put it then. And thank you for joining this particular webinar. I'll see you probably tomorrow again for the morning brief, and then probably some other webinar. So we'll discuss something new again in the next session, right? So thank you so much, guys. Bye and take care for this session. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So thank you, guys. Bye and take care.